Sorry, sir, not available, sir. How many times have you heard that in the Philippines? How many times have you been to a store where everything seems to be out of stock and they do not notify you? How often did you wait in line just for them to tell you that they don't have the item you're looking for or some kind of payment system is out of order? So, in this episode, we will dive deeper into this epidemic. Yes, it's been covered previously on the channel. However, today we'll talk a bit more in depth about this. In the Philippines, a combination of neglect, laziness, lack of critical thinking, lack of common sense, intelligence, supply chain, and simply greed leads to you wasting your day daily going to different stores, malls, shopping centers, banks, restaurants, cafes, and spending 10 to 20 minutes waiting to get served to eventually be told that half the menu is out of order or out of stock. Personally, I do not even mind that if they simply tell you ahead of time what is available. What is worse than you order something after 10 to 15 minutes, sometimes even longer, when you're expecting to have your meal, they come out and tell you that it's out of stock. The other thing is that you go to places like KFC, Jollibee, McDonald's, and know that the main item, like a hamburger or chicken, is out of stock. How? Why does this happen? Is this the first day the restaurant is open? Do they not think ahead? Where is the manager? What are they doing? Where are the suppliers, the vendors? How come there is no backup plan? A secondary option for when things go out of stock. Also, many times the printers are out of paper. They don't care to change it. They do not care at all. People that use these machines don't even notify the person in case it has recently been out of stock. How often are the air conditioners broken or not even turned on? You're sweating while you're eating with flies all over, even inside of shopping malls and restaurants, food courts. It's unbelievable, this country, how everyone just simply accepts what is very low standard in customer service and experiences in the Philippines. Sorry, sir, not available, sir, should be their slogan, not it's more fun in the Philippines. Philippines expats Ep Flory says, how does everyone else feel about the epidemic of not available when ordering in the Philippines? Mostly food. I've traveled Southeast Asia and many other countries and never experienced anything close to how often it happens here. Any ideas on why this is? That is something else to remember, that it would not be such an issue if this was the norm down in Southeast Asia. Every other country has menus 10 times the menus in the Philippines of ingredients required to make food. However, they seem to somehow always have all the ingredients required. Places like Thailand or Indonesia, where some dishes require 20 to 30 different ingredients, yet they still have all of it. Not a single one seems to be missing. You know why? Because they plan ahead. They think ahead. The comment sections, where nobody's adventurous says, opinions are out of stock, sir. Yes, that's how often it happens. I get this all the time while shopping, says K. Trippy. But then I end up finding what I asked for after they told me not available, sir. They are either just ignorant, don't understand you, or are too lazy. For example, I was looking for a 12-volt adapter for my bike at Unitop in Cologne, Cebu yesterday. Asked one guy, and he pointed me in the right direction. Asked the lady at the counter, she asked her coworker, and then she just looked at me and said, out of stock, sir, and made a big frown and puppy dog eyes. It was literally right behind her. I pointed at it and told her I'm literally looking at one. She had the gall to say, oh, it's iPhone only, sir. It's literally just a 12V adapter with the USB ports for charging cables. Plain ignorance. Over here, people sometimes do not have a clue about their job. They do not care to even learn about it to make their own jobs easier. It's much more convenient for them to tell you it's out of stock or at least attempt to look for it. They would much rather be playing on their phone, talking to their coworkers, or laughing at the top of their lungs. K. Trippy also says, A, it's hit or miss. Some people are incredibly helpful, without also seeming like they want to suck your blood. following you around and hovering over your shoulder. I've also had them tell me out of stock when asking for shrimp paste because I didn't know the locals called it baboong. Kabango says there's a few reasons for this. First, on the low salaries for staff in stores, they usually aren't trained well to fully know all the products they sell, where they are located and the features, etc. Welcome Depot seems to be better than most, but department stores or whatever, it's a hit or miss. On top of that, and it's a huge one, is they don't want to lose face. Saying they don't know or don't understand will make them feel awfully embarrassed. So they just say it's out of stock. It's messed up situation, but that's why this happens. You very rarely will have someone tell you they don't know. Ask for directions to places, and many people will give you a point in a direction, regardless if they know if it's correct or not. They don't want to say they don't know. That is an excellent point. I am not certain why this happens, but in the Philippines, they would rather tell you something incorrectly than tell you they do not know. It happens often with directions. A simple question, something very common, as for a specific coffee shop, bus terminal, a mall, something that either you know or don't know, they simply point you to a direction without providing any other information regarding landmarks. You would think this may be due to lack of English knowledge, but isn't that what they say, that all Filipinos speak English? Apparently not. This issue is something you have to deal with on a regular basis. Emotional Ad says, yes, sir. I've also experienced too much of this for things they don't have or provide. Never had yes men in my life before. It seems super annoying, but I think they don't understand and just say yes in hopes that you go away and stop asking questions. That is a very good point. The reason in the Bahalana culture it's not conducive to foresight. They will literally sit there watching the stock run to zero and then just for good measure wait a few days, weeks, or months before placing the order and wait for weeks, days, and months for it to arrive because the same fiasco is also happening at the supplier end. How the country doesn't self-combust is beyond me. I get so frustrated to watch most businesses have to constantly dig through employees' purses to get change. No one has figured out to get to the bank in the morning to prepare the till. This is every day. One of my personal pet peeves in the Philippines is a lack of change. I do not understand if you are buying a simple drink for 70 pesos, they do not have 30 in change at a chain coffee store. No matter the amount you give, they always ask, do you have smaller bills, sir? How smaller than 100 pesos can I get when my drink is 70? You might as well ask for exact change. Neighborhood Best says, I have no concrete idea beyond speculation. I think they are generally terrible about inventory management because they are afraid to commit capital and afraid to hold it on their shelves. This happened just 3 days ago. We stopped by for lunch at a nice restaurant on the water in Danao, Cebu. On the way back from a trip to Cebu City, we ordered as I found one thing on the menu that wasn't fried or barbecue chicken, and they asked what we would like to drink and decided to split a smoothie. I asked about one and they said, out of stock. We chose another. No, we don't have that. Then another. That seemed to work. 3 minutes later, sorry sir, we ran out. They finally brought the mango smoothie and we were waiting for our food. We were discussing the never-ending lack of inventory at the places we frequent. I told Maricel that if they come back and tell me they are out of the mung bean soup I ordered, yum, we would go somewhere else. Not 2 minutes later, up strolls the manager. Me, don't tell me you have bad news. Him, well, it isn't bad, we just ran out of the soup. Me, well, just pay for our smoothie and we'll be out on our way. To his credit, he apologized and said they ran out of last night and delivery would be in an hour. Him. We'll take care of the bill. I hope to see you again. Good on him. I'm not sure I would have gone back, but his kindness will see us back next time. There's also a store we buy imported dairy and meats down the road. We stopped by last Friday looking for milk. We frequently buy and they know us. Me. Looks like you are out of milk. Her. Yes, we will have delivery on Wednesday. We ordered 30 stacks last time. Me. Maybe order 35 or 40 next time. You can run out of staple 5 days before delivery. Her. Crickets. Me to myself. Maybe someday she will understand, but I doubt it. Me. Well, see you next week. I'm such a putz, enabling her wait. She's the only one in the area where I can buy food, Hungarian sausage. I guess we'll just put up with it. Such is life in the Philippines. It is teaching me patience. I'm getting plenty of practice. This place will eat away at your soul slowly, every day, making you question your life decisions, making you wonder if you made the right choice by settling down in this country. If it weren't for your partner or easy woman, would you actually stay here is the question. I guarantee you, if you are being honest with yourself, you would not. That is the reality of this country. The reality is that places such as here are typically only good for one thing, and that's the ease of access to women. Today's catfish. How do you go from this to this? Best comment is 50 peso. Manila is the best city in the world. Paid by Filipino Ministry of Propaganda. Hilarious. Next comment that is not super thanks. John Smith. After watching dozens of expat Philippines content creators over the last 5 years, I am absolutely convinced you are the only one that is actually telling the truth. To spread the facts and the truths, subscribe, like. Super thanks. The worst comment is from Michael. Just give this boring mug a thumbs down, unsubscribe, and report. Whatever, Michael. You can go fuck yourself. Thanks for watching. God bless.